Right, recording, everything good to go. Start it up.
Welcome to Tea Talk, where typical Brits talk typical shit. I am your host, Extreme X Storm, joined today by Icicle Excalibur.
Hello.
And today we've got plenty of, well, not many topics, but some big topics to talk about. Hopefully you enjoyed episode 1.
Yes, of course.
And to start us off, we have a little bit of a discussion about a game that I've been waiting for like the last 6 years. Halo
Indeed.
Infinite. Connor's not going to know much about Halo because he's barely played it.
I barely played it. The multiplayer wasn't too bad, and I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, especially with the gravity hammer.
Connor's a very big fan of the gravity hammer.
Gravity hammer. Very good.
Round about the time of this recording, about a couple of days prior, Halo Infinite's campaign did come out. And I was already a fan of the multiplayer. Like, the multiplayer did really well for me. But the campaign is the main thing I was looking forward to. And as someone who's been loving Halo for like the last probably decade, I'm not a complete veteran, but I do. I've been loving the game for very long now.
Mm-hmm.
I had my I came in to this campaign kind of like I want this game to be great, but like I'm not going to be overly surprised if it was going to be another Halo 5. My expectations were shattered. Like, they were. This campaign was very good, but like the start of it was a bit like linear, but like the once it got to open world, it was fantastic. I don't think we've seen Halo like this before, and I think it was the right thing to do for an open world.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that we got to play it on the Halo, and that we got a pretty large area to explore, it's quite nice.
Yeah.
The overall campaign story was a return to form. It rectified a lot of the mistakes that was made during Halo 5, and it did well to cover up a lot of the plot holes that I left. And did very well to set up the next game, which I imagine will be coming at some point in the next decade or so.
Mm.
Master Chief as an entity is just, his character development there in this game is just very well shown. He's like a mix of original trilogy mixed in with Halo 4's Master Chief, where it's just like, original trilogy was like, the silent soldier, like a Doom-esque, the Doom cat, the guy from Doom, doesn't talk much, but is just a fucking badass. He's still very much that now. It's just, he talks a little bit more. I can tell that, he's just going up for the emotions.
Yeah, it's like he was quiet, but he's like, he's not there to fuck around. He only needs to say a few or even no words, and
He made a couple of jokes as well, which I liked. You can tell he's starting to characters. The new pilot character, Fernando. I'm just gonna call him Fernando now because that is part of his name.
yeah.
Slight spoiler, but not too big of a spoiler. I think what lacked in Halo 5 and Halo 4 was the amount of characters that really like connected well with audiences. Like, a big reason why Halo 3, Halo 2, and Halo 1 CE worked out so well is that we had this good collection of characters that we all loved.
Yeah.
That wasn't just Chief. Like, we had Sergeant Johnson, which is one of my favorite characters in Halo, maybe even my favorite in the original trilogy. We had First Captain Keyes, who was just like, that was a nice little, like, the superior in CE before he unfortunately passed. God bless his soul. The flood will never continue. We had his daughter as well, Amanda Keyes, who became his role in the future, and that was on. She had quite a big influence in Halo 2 and 3. But it's like Halo 4 just didn't really have that. Halo 4 and 5 really only had about 1 or 2 characters that I thought, okay, I like these characters. I think they did a good job with them, but they just didn't do well with the rest. I just didn't like them. And Halo Infinite just did a very good job in giving us characters that we really liked. In the absence of Cortana as Chief's personal AI, we got the weapon, and I feel like that was a very, very good idea. and he did incredibly well. I very much like that character and the development that character went through. The pilot as well was a very relatable and just a very enjoyable character. Slightly annoying at some points, but like his screen time was limited anyways. The Banished itself as an entity was fucking amazing. I love the concept. I did like one or two things about the Banished, although that's probably part of the story, but I liked it all the same. The Banished is pretty much the next step from the Covenant, and they're just fucking even more brutal. Pun intended. But Halo as an entity, I feel like has just like covered its form a little bit. I'm sure there'll be people who will disagree with me, and if you want to disagree with me and it's constructive criticism, I would be more than happy to read it in the comments. So if you've got your opinion and it's not just, oh, you're wrong, you're shit, please tell me.
And of course, there's comments and also reviews as well on Spotify. The places you can look at.
Indeed. I still need to remember that we're actually on Spotify now.
Yes, indeed. There is a bit of a shocking change, but of course it has actually happened.
It is a needed change as well, to be honest. You know, instead of just YouTube and relying on the YouTube algorithm to try and expand our content, we've now got the we've got Spotify. We've now got the ability to use Spotify now, so
yes,
extra attention is always good attention, I guess.
Indeed it is. But of course, is that everything for Halo?
For now, I'm sure we'll come back up in future podcasts.
Right, I'm just going to let you know this. We've been going for 7 minutes.
I know. We'll come up with extra subjects as it goes along. All it is that I was relying on you to kind of ask questions and shit like that. Like, you know,
what the fuck to ask? I've never played Halo in my life.
Well, that's kind of what I was hoping for.
Is Gravity Hammer going to get buffed again? I was like, I don't know
there's a special variant of the Gravity Hammer in the end of the game.
Oh, is there?
Oh yeah, like it's a badass looking Gravity Hammer.
Is it like Mjolnir badass Gravity Hammer, or just?
Let's just say this right now. It's like a very Banished themed Gravity Hammer, like with a little bit like the energy sword-esque bit onto it. It's very nice.
Mm. Imagine if they added like Counter-Strike skins to Halo Infinite.
Nah, they won't do that.
Or like fucking, I feel like at this point they'll add bloody weeb skins in Halo. Did they?
Yeah, I mean, Tom was one of the first ones to get a lot of the weeb stuff.
Really? They did weeb shit in Halo Infinite already?
Yeah. Oh, trust me, if anyone's gonna know about it, it's Tom and Mike. Like the minute they found it out, they bought it.
Oh, I did not know that, actually.
Speaking of skins, while playing the Halo Infinite campaign, you can actually unlock skins or like armor, like customization stuff in the campaign. You can unlock for multiplayer. You just need to go find it, but they're not that difficult to find as they tend to be pinged on the map, so you can just like go look for them. I unlocked a couple of pieces, but I didn't unlock all of them as I wasn't actively looking for them. I gotta say, Halo Infinite's map design though, for the overall campaign, it's a beautiful landscape, and I can imagine how good it's gonna look on PC. Full specs. It's gonna look fucking gorgeous.
It's gonna look absolutely insane. It's gonna be very interesting.
So I certainly look forward to playing Halo with a little bit more of like I'm gonna 100% complete that probably some point next week.
Yeah. That's the thing, is like Jake's the only one at the moment who's actually played through the Halo Infinite campaign. Because that's the thing, I'm kind of more like hoping cross-platform comes out for it. Because I'm not really the type of guy who likes to play, like FPS campaigns solo. I'd rather play them with a bunch of people. It seems, for me, is a lot more enjoyable that way. And I'd much rather do that way instead of just, doing it solo, personally. So you probably won't get my opinions of Halo until at least some time from now. Unless I find somebody just to play, 2 or 3
I don't play it with you.
Yeah.
Unless Tom wants to play it with you as well.
Like I say, it's like, I don't mind playing it with Tom. Because if I had if it's just the question of if I was going to record me playing Halo or not. if I wasn't going to record playing Halo, then it wouldn't matter if I was playing without him or not. But if I was going to record it, at least I know Tom can hold his tongue.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be there to watch it anyway.
Yeah,
because I like to see your opinions like fresh. Because Halo's
true. Fresh, straight to the point, basically, with Halo once I get the chance. And of course, then once I've done Halo Infinite, I'll actually be able to go through the Master Chief Collection and everything as well. Because I've never played a single Halo game. Halo Infinite was basically my first ever one. I've actually put more than just 10 minutes of game time into. So I definitely, it's going to be interesting going into an entire new speculation of a platform.
Indeed. I look forward to it. Halo's Halo 3 is my favorite all-time game.
Mm.
And Infinite I would probably put on like maybe even the top 3. That's yet to be decided as I need to play the game like properly. And not just as like a first time. I need to play it again before I really make that opinion. But I would definitely say that Halo Infinite is one of the better Halo games.
Yeah. It definitely looks and sounded like a lot of the better ones as well.
It definitely lives up to the hype in certain pieces. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing you play it. Just know that if you try and play a Legendary, you're going to get your ass kicked.
I won't play through Legendary for Halo until I'm 100% confident enough to play it in
That's a long ass grind that I'm looking for it. I'm not looking that much forward to it.
Yeah, I don't think I'll do that for a little while at least. I don't think I'll be able to.
Maybe that's the first one we do when the cross-platform comes out. We both try and do a Legendary at the same time.
Oh,
we do a co-op Legendary. See how long it fucking takes us. Just off ourselves right there.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be it. That's definitely gonna be a pain in the ass to deal with.
But fun, I imagine.
Oh yeah, it'll be fun, but it'll be hell. That'll be like a good one-off video. It was like Halo Infinite, but it's difficult as fuck.
Yes.
It's like Halo Infinite, but it's basically insanity level. It's basically going to be. It should be intriguing.
Halo's not the only thing we want to talk about today. There was a topic that we was probably supposed to talk about last episode, but we kind of forgot about it.
What's that?
Your stories with cryptocurrency.
Yes. Well, not necessarily cryptocurrency, but more the stock market.
The stock market, that's it, yeah.
Because basically, within my past few months, I've been putting a little bit of money into this company called Nanosynth, which it had a different name beforehand, and of course, Nanosynth is what it's called now. Basically, I there was like thousands and thousands of shares that I bought into that company because it was like it's basically less than penny stocks. So it wasn't really that, it was cheap, but of course you bought loads of them. And basically I sold them at, when I basically bought them at like average of 80, or like 80 or 76, whatever the hell I bought them at, and I sold them at basically at no loss. So basically didn't lose any money on them. And then that's when news came out of it on the exact same day for it to actually reach over a penny. So, and at one point it peaked to a penny and a quarter. No, penny and a fifth. So it was like 1.2p. So I could have doubled my money if I just waited until at least 3 o'clock. But I sold them at like midday or 9 a.m. or something like that. So basically, I could have made, instead of like, me however much I made, I could have doubled it, which is annoying. Very annoying. And I don't think, I hope they do go back down so I can buy more into it and then they go back up again. But I'm going to be honest, I feel like they're going to be staying up to that price for a little while now.
Long story short, don't come to Connor for business advice. I'm not in that area.
It was down for so long, and then in the middle of the day, they decided to release news. Like, how the hell am I meant to predict that?
That is an instant, right? That is an instant where you really just have to think, okay, I'm thinking about selling it now. I shouldn't sell it now. Maybe wait a little bit longer. because that's that point.
But that was my mindset.
worthwhile
That was my mindset for it all. Was like when it, like, especially it was thought from like a good month or so. It was like, right, when it goes up to that price, I'm gonna sell it. Sell. I kept my mind that way, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna stick to my guns and actually do it. And then I got screwed over pretty bad. But at least I didn't lose money.
Yeah, there is that benefit.
Because if anything, that money can basically go back into the shares, back into Nano if it wanted to, or I could put it into completely different spectrums of the market, because some other stuff I would like to go for. I just need to wait for them to go down just enough so I can actually buy into those companies again, basically. Because of the fact that nanosynth actually went to 1.5 of a penny, it is annoying because it had a total of 101% increase.
Stock wars.
What was that?
Wait, stock wars are a thing, yeah?
I don't know.
That sounds like a good concept. It's the next improved thing over storage wars.
But either way, it went up to a peak of 108% within a day, and that doesn't really happen often. So I'm a bit annoyed. I'm a bit annoyed. I could have doubled my money. I could have doubled my money, but I did not. So I cry.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. So I hope I can at least make money back. Like, make money back or do it different ways. But, oh well, shit happens basically. I can go into many other shares if need be. If push comes to shove, where I can make more of a passive income instead of just trying to flip stocks into profit. So I don't think that would be too bad of a thing. But of course, if anybody did want to actually, basically look for people who know their knowledge within the stock market, the one person that I kind of like learned, like Roth IRAs, index funds, ETFs, and all that stuff, I kind of learned that stuff from a YouTuber known as Mark Tilbury, because he's a millionaire now. He basically did his own business, became a millionaire and everything, and gave his own advice on how he became a millionaire. Well, he says it's not financial advice, but it's how he did it. So if you wanted to follow in his footsteps, you could try, or you can at least learn from him. So I'd go check out his channel, literally search Mark Tilbury, you'll find his YouTube and all that stuff there. That would probably be the best thing to do, because he's not like pay £900 for a course. It's literally just YouTube videos which educates you on the stuff. So you can obviously learn how to do the investments yourself. Obviously, you got to have the brains to do it. If you don't have the brains to do it, you're just going to be stupid, because it is dumb. It's completely ridiculous to put your money into a savings account, because you're not even saving money, you're even losing money. Because you average about a 0.2% increase every single year from a bank. When the average return of an S&P 500, if you went to places like Vanguard, which is one of the websites for buying stocks for the UK.
Not the game.
No, just the site, which is for stocks.
Basically,
your average return of an S&P 500 of certain ones would actually be an average of 10% return. Which is a really good average. It's an average of 8 to 10%. Which is really, really nice. And that is a lot better, especially since inflation, so far, within the past few months, has already gone up to an average of 6% a year. Which is disgusting. Because an average of 6%, that's really bad. Like, horrifically bad. Because that could generally make people homeless with how bad that 6% of an increase is. It's not good. It's very bad.
Oh, yes.
But of course, one of the things that we also wanted to discuss about was Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Of course, those games came out November 19th. It's been a good few weeks since then. I have beaten the game. I've beaten the main story. I Nuzlocke runned it. But unfortunately, spoilers, if you have not watched it, go check it out. Links will be in the description to the channels and everything if you want to go check that out. Unfortunately, I lost the first Elite Four member because Beautifly had fucking Quiver Dance and then sweep my entire squad. Basically, that Beautifly did not fuck around. I lost, but in my own personal time, I beat the game. And of course, I'm now just doing post-game stuff. So, like, where you'd go and, do the underground, get the discovery plates, and actually get the other legendary encounters. It's basically what I'm doing at the moment. And I'm going to be honest, a lot of people were against the chibi art style that they went for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I was probably one of the rare few that was all for it. Because I didn't want to remaster, I didn't want to remake. I didn't want like the remake that they didn't, or I just wanted a completely faithful remake where it was just more or less the same, and that's what I wanted. So I could actually play the games in a better definition and actually have a lot of fun with it, which is exactly what I did. It was a lot of fun for me. It's basically how Diamond and Pearl originally was, which I do like. But of course, I did have my own couple of personal problems with it. And the fact that you look at the entirety of the game, you look at how they did the battles, how it looks graphically better than you would in the overworld. And then you go to the credit scene after you've beaten Cynthia, where you see your character fully designed, not even chibi art style, actually riding a bicycle down the road as it would be in the credits. The fact that they was able to do that then means they could have done that. It could have done a fully fledged remake where everything was three-dimensional, they didn't do chibi art style at all, if they had the time. If they actually had the time to do it, we could have seen a much better result from Illica, the creators who actually did it, instead of just the chibi art style. I enjoy the chibi art style, but I would have loved to see a full-out redesign, of full-out rehaul of the Sinnoh region, kind of like how we're seeing for Legends of Arceus, which comes out January 22nd. We could have seen something along those lines, how it's just fully three-dimensional, and the Pokemon are actually to their true size, which they're not in this game, because fucking hell, Dialga is basically the same height as you in this game, which isn't really that great. But of course, there is a bunch of other stuff as well, like, for example, basically like the Shiny Hunt mechanic. You basically need the Poke Radar to kind of chain Shiny Hunt, and it's like really weird. I haven't really fully looked into it yet, but it's definitely a weird concept on how it's done in comparison to previous games. And even then, like, you could do nothing and also break the chain of getting a high shiny odds, which is weird. It is, but I will be doing some shiny hunting eventually with Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, because I played through Shining Pearl. With Brilliant Diamond, I'll be trying to shiny hunt the starter, so Charmander would probably be the one. Shiny hunt Charmander, transfer over, reset the game, shiny hunt Piplup, then do it for Turtwig as well, so I get full shiny team. And that's the thing, is like, for when it comes to these remakes, they weren't the best remakes, but I wouldn't say they're the worst. If I was going to grade them out of 10, I'd give them a 7. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. So it's like, I love the remakes. It could be nostalgia just kicking me in the face, but guess what? That's what remakes are. It's basically to trip you in nostalgia, and it definitely has done that for me. I'd definitely say they're much better than Fire Red and Leaf Green, personally. I wasn't really a fan of those remakes. But I'd say it would go, if I was going to put it in remake order, it would be Fire Red and Leaf Green being last. Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver being third. Pokemon... These are just the original remakes, not including Let's Go. Third one being Pokemon... Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Second being Oras. No, second being BDSP, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. Then first being Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Because obviously Oras had really good remakes. They touched on them really, really nicely, and I actually did well for those. But that's, honestly, I just cannot wait for Jake to even potentially play those games once the time comes.
That'll be I'm sure that'll be a long ass fucking set of live streams, because it'll probably be like all in one go for a lot of the games.
Yeah.
It's just a case of getting those games together and then fucking playing them.
Because obviously getting a Switch is not cheap, and buying the games isn't cheap.
I have access to a Switch.
He has access to a Switch. Yeah, he does have access to a Switch, but it's not cheap getting the games either, because they are like 50 quid. So they probably would be cheaper, like at a Christmas sale, but still, they're not cheap to come by.
Nope.
Because if I looked at Brilliant Diamond on the good old websites like Amazon, oh well, they're actually 39 quid for a physical copy. So instead of paying 50, you're paying 40, so it's already a tenner off. Which actually isn't, yeah, it's 20% off. It's actually not bad already.
Unfortunately, I still can't pay that far anyways, which sucks. But at some point next year, I'm sure I'll play at least one. I will make the effort to try and at least play one. And then me and Connor will do like a co-op run because I'm sure we can do that on most games.
Yeah, you can do like the co-op and all that stuff. And oh my god,
What?
the Pokemon Legends of Arceus, the metal case for it, and the Pokeball actually look insane. Because you get like a Pokeball figurine, but it's not like the regular Pokeballs in the game. It's like the old Pokeballs, like how they had it back like thousands of years ago. It actually looks really nice.
How good does it look?
Very, very good. If I do,
Another time step incoming.
yeah, this could be another timestamp. So if I timestamp it now, so if I remember, oh,
Okay, let's not do that. Don't break it.
yeah, no, basically 25 minutes, 45 seconds.
That looks good. I like that look. I like the look of that.
It actually looks really, really nice. So like with how the Pokeball is and everything. The fact that you can open it up and the metal case art looks really gorgeous. And of course, it's basically 50 quid. That was a 50 quid pre-order.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I'm not. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, that's a cartridge, so you can put your Pokemon game within that.
Even better.
National True Shabby. But of course, that is going to be. I can't wait for Legends of Arceus because it's basically kind of like a little. There's like a switch of how like Breath of the Wild is. Because obviously you have Breath of the Wild, and of course then you have this, which is going to be very intriguing. That is 100% for certain. For how good these games are going to be. Like, it's going to be a lot of fun going through Legends of Arceus. I hope these are better than Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. If they're not better, I'm going to be disappointed. Because a lot of people are hyping this game up a lot, and it seems like they're also hyping it up as well. So, fingers crossed it's actually good and not shit. Please. Please,
yeah, let's set something up. But speaking of games, and that's pretty much what this podcast episode has been about so far. One game that I know we are both looking forward to playing at some point when it comes out. God of War Ragnarok.
True, because now I have a Pro, I should be able to run the game much better. Because I don't have
Yes.
PS5, but I have a PS4 Pro because I bought the Monster Hunter Edition.
We should still be able to play God of War Ragnarok. It just won't look as good.
Yeah. Well, it shouldn't look too bad for me anyway.
Yeah. But that is a game that I'm sure we're both looking forward to, which should be coming out in the next 6 months.
Yeah.
Around about that point, which is going to be...
Obviously, there's no pre-order date for anything, so...
Unfortunately not.
Nah.
But have you played the full game of God of War 4?
Is that the PS4 version?
Yes.
No.
He hasn't played the full game yet. Oof.
I've not played God of War.
Soon.
That's the problem with like me and that's like the problem with me and PS4 games. Is just like I tried playing through Spider-Man, like didn't really go through it, and same with so many other games which I tried to be like screw it, I'll go through, but then didn't actually go through with them.
God of War is such a worthwhile game to go through, even if it's just like the main story. It's not a particularly short time to play, but it's still a very good time to. I highly recommend it. I play that game fucking religiously every month or so. It's just how good it is. It's a fucking. I think Corey Barlog and the rest of the dev team did a fantastic job with that game.
Indeed.
Apparently, Corey Barlog's doing another project with Sony. That's not God of War, so I'm interested to see what that is.
Who knows? Well, it would definitely be interesting once we see what it is.
But apparently, God of War is going to be the final game of the.
Well, Ragnarok.
Ragnarok's not going to be the final God of War game. It's just going to be the final game that is set in Midgard, or the.
All right.
unknown set of gods. I can't remember the fucking actual name for it. The Norwegian gods. Like, 'cause apparently,
So it's going
according
to be the end of
to
an arc, basically.
at the end of the arc, from what I'm guessing, we could either be going to the Japanese gods or we could be going to Egypt. My bet is on Egypt because Egypt was original.
Then again, Japan would be good as well. Japanese gods would be good.
They're the four mythologies that are confirmed so far. Like, we've got because Greek obviously is where the original God of War games are from, and then we moved on to the Norwegian set time after Greece has like just gone to shit, and then in a scene in God of War, the more recent one, it was shown that okay, we've got the four symbols of war, one of which being the Japanese one and the Egyptian one, and Egypt being the original setting for God of War before Cory Barlog changed it to Norway or to Midgard. I feel like it's going to be that direction that they're going to go to, and I feel like it's the perfect place to kind of place the game, considering that Kratos has already been to Egypt, and Egypt is very much spoken about in the original games as well.
Yeah.
So I would love to see Kratos in an Egypt setting, but it's very dependent on how this next God of War game ends.
True.
I don't think Kratos dies, but like I wouldn't be surprised if he did. But I don't think he can. I believe he's cursed with it's not confirmed, but it's my belief that he's confirmed to have, not confirmed, but he has immortality. He can't kill himself because he's cursed to never kill himself. But he was cursed in an early God of War game that his suffering can't end. And if his suffering would end, it would be with him dying.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay. I felt like that would be the way it'd go. That's my theory anyways.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a good theory. It'll be definitely interesting to see how God of War actually goes. Of course, I do need to play them, but of course, I'm waiting until the Steam release because God of War.
Oh yeah, I forgot
has
about
been
that.
Confirmed to be on PC.
That's coming out at the end of the month, isn't it? Or next month?
I think so.
Have you pre-ordered that yet?
No, I have not. Because if I looked at God of War, because the problem is with God of War is that it costs 40 quid on Steam.
Yes.
Even that's the thing. Funnily enough, it comes out the 14th of January, so it comes out in 4 weeks' time.
That's like pre-team the season. That's pre-team the year. You won't even get much of a chance to play it.
Yeah, and also I'm not really willing to pay 40 quid for the chance that I may not even be able to run this well.
That is a good point. Yeah.
Because for recommended PC specs, it is a Intel Core i5-6600K or a Ryzen 2400G. So like, I'm fine with the CPU and I'm fine with the RAM. The RAM's only 8 gigs. The graphics, though, is a 1066 gig on RX 574 gig. And obviously, I have a 1070, but which is only one above the 1060. So it's not going to be that big of an improvement. But not only that, the last time PlayStation decided to release a title to PC, aka Horizon Zero Dawn, they had a lot of frame rate issues and lack of optimization.
It would be a Sony thing to do, wouldn't it?
It would be a Sony thing to do, and it wasn't that great at all. It wasn't. It was bad. Very, very bad.
We shall see. If push comes to shove, God of War tends to be relatively cheap on PlayStation. Like, it's on sale almost 90% of the time.
Yeah, so a part of me would rather just buy it on PlayStation and then just play it through that way. A part of me is tempted.
I'd probably do that. Plus, you can have decent frames on that anyway, so...
Yeah. Because if I looked at Bleeding God of War, if it actually shows bloody price. God of War 2018 is £8 on PlayStation. £8 for a physical copy in CEX. And they want us on Steam to pay for a 40 quid port, which may not even be well optimized.
I think it'd be best wait until after the game comes out.
And wait for it to go on sale. Because
That as
I'm
well.
on the fence for paying £40 for that product when I could just go buy it on PlayStation,
Well,
pay
from
£8,
what I
and that'd be
know,
it.
Owen's gonna get it when it comes out. So
Owen's
if
getting
anything,
PC.
we can. Oh yeah, he really wants God of War. Like I think he already has it pre-ordered.
Down.
It was either him or Tom.
Either one of them.
Either way, you can ask them, and like I'm sure they'll be showing. Because once a game comes out and you get it on PC, you boys definitely love to talk about specs.
Yeah, that is 100%
That's
the
like
case.
that is the first conversation that comes out. I remember when Phasmophobia fucking came, like its new update came out, everyone was all over that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, I couldn't play it because PC doesn't like that.
Yeah, obviously, because unfortunately, due to your PC issues, which is a real shame.
Yeah, hopefully in the next couple months, my PC issues should be like a lot less. Like new power supply, new motherboard. RAM's not that big of an issue because I've got 8 gigs of it. It's just like I need it upgrading.
Yeah,
I just need to get the motherboard and the power supply. That's the word.
basically, yeah, he needs new motherboard and power supply. He's fine on everything else. He just needs, obviously, those.
I just need those.
Too,
Extra
'cause-
fans in the PC would be helpful as well for ventilation.
Yeah, because you told me the air circulation wasn't exactly the best.
No.
It was very, very bad. But of course, hopefully that changes very, very soon. You can actually,
afford it.
yeah, and actually be able to play games on PC. It just depends what happens this Christmas, really.
Unfortunately, this Christmas is not going to be very much. I don't think I'll get any upgrades this Christmas.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think it's going to be more leaning towards when my birthday is going to be on the mid-February. I think I'm going to have like a slightly more their birthday than I usually would have.
Yeah.
Than I compared to a Christmas. So we'll see.
Yeah, 100%.
We shall see.
We'll see, but obviously no promises can be made.
No promises can be made, but I know if I get any money from that, it's probably going to go towards PC parts. It certainly will.
It certainly will indeed.
And I look forward to. So we'll be playing plenty of games, like probably more modded Minecraft. More modded Minecraft. We'll probably be playing to see Phasmophobia, Raft.
Yeah.
What other games? Uno.
We have not played Raft in a while, have we? Jesus.
We can't play it because I'm probably just going to keep crashing it. 7 Days is a game we wanted to play as well.
Yeah.
Golf it with your friends. Uno, Valheim. I'm sure I'll be playing that with everyone else. Brawlhalla, that could be coming back.
Yeah. Brawlhalla is definitely one that could be coming back.
So,
what was it? Do you remember any of the blue screen crashes names that you had?
I can go in the next day or so and probably just write them down.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. So we can maybe track down more.
I'll just start writing them down and then.
Yeah, write them down.
We can discover the issues together.
That would be a good idea. So then we can just look at the codes and see what other people had, the other problems that they had with it. Even.
Yes.
We're just gonna have to wait and see for that.
Yeah, well, when those codes come up, I will be writing them down.
Yeah, and of course, who knows? Maybe if we mention in the next podcast or even tweet out the error codes, maybe you guys can help us out as well. That'd be very appreciated.
If any resident tech experts about?
Yes, your knowledge would be very helpful at this time. So Jake can actually start playing games on PC again because he can't easily do much with his PC.
Getting other software into as well that can help out content creation. That I know I'm sure Connor's desperate at this point to try and get me into editing.
Mm-hmm.
Like getting thumbnails together is not that bad because I'll be doing that anyway.
Yeah,
I will be doing a lot of art stuff and all that stuff and all that, and then I'll be doing a lot of editing as well for Connor once I can get. No, it's not a case of getting the software. It's being able to run the software.
Yeah.
It's going to be very intensive on this PC, so which sucks. So we will very much see at the. We will see.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see, but
because I know Connor's going to be sending me loads of footage.
Indeed, footage will be sent. That is 100% true.
I will be, I mean, because what you'll be doing T-Talk
Yeah.
and maybe going through and doing the SLS highlights,
Yeah.
and I will pretty much do everything else.
That's the thing. I feel like the SLS highlights could be a team effort, really. It's like if
It could
Furby
be,
does come along and do collaborative content again,
and then
but
if anyone else does content as well, that's like, oh, if anyone else streams it,
there's like
it's
it could
always
be
there.
a project that all three of us could do to help, cut down the efforts to make it a lot easier for everybody.
Yeah, everyone goes through their individual,
Yeah.
and
basically.
then the best bits from those individual contents get sent to me, and then I'll edit them all together.
Yeah, maybe. That'll probably be a good idea. I keep
It puts a lot less strain on the people editing it, and then it's just like, oh, then you have to do your individual content, and if we make it a group thing to get posted on what could become an SLS channel.
I wouldn't say an SLS channel. I don't.
Maybe just on Connor's main channel, which will probably just be the highlight of.
Just anything, like, for example, it could be, something that goes on all of the channels, really. Just if, like, different highlights to be specific that go onto each channel, really.
Yes.
Or we can do different things for each channel. Like, for example, you could do, if you upload it to YouTube in any way, shape, or form, you could do, like, top 5 goals of the week.
It could be a shot.
Furby could do out of context moments. And I could just do a generic, like, moments type of stream where it just gets cut down, like a commentary type of style for the games. It just fully depends. It depends on how much time we have and what we can really do.
Speaking of out of context stuff, we certainly need to do a lot of out of context. Like, when I get to editing, I'm sure that a lot of the out of context stuff. I'm gonna let you do the out of context stuff for me because I don't want to do it for myself.
Yeah, I don't want to do out of context for myself, so you're definitely doing mine.
I will. Future Iron Skill Excalibur main channel content, I'm sure, will be just out of context moments for everyone in the main group.
Yeah.
Because I can guarantee that we probably have at least half an hour cut down footage ready, like not ready, but like just there ready to be edited for when we want to do that for everyone.
Yeah.
Like mainly me and Adam. I'm sure.
Definitely for you two, that's for sure.
I've said a lot of weird ass shit. I've also said shit that I don't want to ever say again.
Yes, you've definitely said a lot.
If you want to find that one out, go look at some of the recent broadcasts on High School Plays Pokemon, and you'll hear that there. To put it into context, me and Adam and Tom were in the chat with Connor as he was doing a Pokemon live stream, and we were playing Halo Infinite multiplayer. What I meant to say was we were fucking these kids up, as in, like, we're beating them at Halo and all.
They're losing the match, and of course Jake's team was winning. And basically, it went so further down south than what it should have.
I said something that I will never say again, but I said that on purpose. I want everyone to. I didn't say that on purpose. I said that accidentally.
Yeah.
I'm just offing myself at this point.
Basically,
I'm not making myself look good. I did not mean to say that on purpose. I said that accidentally, and I will forever never live it down. I'm sure Adam's just waiting to bring it back up. Conversation.
Yeah, that's why it's like when it comes to live streams, Adam is definitely not going to be in streams anymore. Videos, yeah, sure, because I can censor him then. Streams, I can't make that promise.
If there's an ability to censor, then fine. Well, if there's not an ability to censor, so live streams in general, no fucking good luck.
Yeah, basically. Don't risk it that, that's for sure. Jesus Christ, I keep letting you on. I've had 5 hours of kip today.
Why?
Because I went to sleep, but I eventually went to sleep around about 5 and woke up at 10.
What the fuck were you doing since I got off?
That's the thing, is like, I was just trying to get to sleep, really. Just couldn't really do much about it. And of course, woke up at 10 so I could actually do some stuff before we started recording the podcasts.
Yes, I got up at 11, so.
Okay, so I honestly thought you probably woke up 5 minutes before you joined the Discord call.
No, I was up for an hour. I just didn't want to get on right now. I'm just waking up, taking my time.
Yeah.
It's usually the way, and then. Because we'll probably do more recording this night, at least 2.
Yeah,
at least 3 episodes ahead.
Yeah, there'll probably be more recordings tonight. So it needs to be a few episodes ahead. Probably one more, if anything.
We'll do
Yeah,
at least a
right.
one more, and then we'll if we come up with more ideas. But that is how T-Talk is getting recorded at the moment. We are literally bulk recording it because we just can't afford to just do it on the day of usual recordings. We can't just do one because on the off chance that we end up missing a week, we don't want to get behind.
Mm.
And so maybe doing like 3 episodes a week might just be, or 3 episodes whenever we can record it might just be the beneficial time.
Yeah, just so like, or like 3 episodes every 2 weeks, even or something like that. Just so we can collect enough subjects together, but still be ahead.
Yes.
So that means we're always at least 1 week ahead within videos.
And then what we'll do is that we'll probably try and limit the amount of episodes to a season to maybe 15.
Yeah, 15 episodes maybe.
And then season 3 we just come back, and then probably for season 3 is when we try and incorporate some guests in there, unless we find a couple of people wanting to partake for season 2.
Because like originally, of course, the plan was to have Furby as our first ever guest for season 2.
Unfortunately, he's refused to do content until the end of the year.
Yeah, God knows why. Probably some personal stuff going on. But
yeah, so hopefully he's all good, but we'll see.
Wish him nothing but the best, but also fuck you, Furby.
Yeah, also fuck you, Furby. Hashtag fuck Furby.
Yeah, hashtag fuck Furby.
For no reason other than to just say that.
Oh yeah, no, we say it just because we say it. There's no reason behind it. We have no problem with Furby. It's just fuck Furby.
Yeah, it's pretty much the way it's gonna be. But I have no idea how the timing's going for the podcast. It's gonna have to be my annual fucking. How long do we have left?
4 minutes.
That's fine. We can come up from. We can think of shit.
Long story short, Jake came along and I was like, okay, episode 2 we'll have the Halo Infinite review and Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl talking about our opinions.
I thought it would be enough,
and he thought that'd be enough to at least survive 50 minutes. How wrong was he?
All right, shut up.
This is why we have a minimum of 4 subjects.
Don't you know, man? 13 times 3 is 36. I am doing my best to get my shit off my back right now.
Oh, I will never forget about that. Long story short for that, we might as well explain the story of that. Basically, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, doing a Nuzlocke run, going against the 5th gym, which is Fantina. And of course, basically, if you know with Diamond and Pearl, there's the puzzles where you have to do mathematical equations. And of course, one of them was 13 times 3. And of course, there were 3 answers. One of them was 33, the other one was like 42, and then the other one was 39. So of course, A, B, or C. Left to right for the doors. And of course, I said to Jake, what's 13 times 3? Without a single second of hesitation, he goes 36.
I tried, man.
The funniest thing is that the answer wasn't even on the board, so he just straight up went.
I wasn't looking at the stream at the time.
That's just so funny, though. Because it's like, what's 13 times 3? 36. You look at the answers, it's not there. You look at Jake, then you look at the answers again. And then you just think, what the fuck?
You could just tell the sadness in my voice when I said it's 39, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's 39. The fact you said it's 39, isn't it? Oh my god, because like you say,
I don't know why I think for some reason I thought it was 12 times 3. I was like, okay, if it was 12 times 3, it makes sense, but nope.
No, it's 13 times 3. It was one number extra. Oh my god, that's
I still take great pride in the fact that I got a better math GCSEs than Connor.
Yeah, he got better in grades, but yeah, that just doesn't prove it at all. That goes
better
against
in
him.
grades, and yet still more stupid.
Goes against him in every shape and form, and it's fucking wonderful. Just because of how badly that went.
I'm just the gift that keeps on giving when it comes to just stupid ass comments.
Yeah, he doesn't give to himself, he gives to everybody the content.
Yo, well, I'm giving content, man. I don't think anyone can complain.
Oh,
you can complain when I eventually get you banned, but...
Oh yeah, when you eventually get me banned, then I'll complain to high hell and back.
But for now, I'm giving you good content, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine for now. It's fine for now. But until until the time we actually, get screwed. And
We'll
hopefully
be
that's
fine.
nowhere near soon. But of course, that is going to be it for the episode number 2 of Tea Talk. We just ran up to 50 minutes. So if you guys did enjoy this, make sure you leave a like on YouTube and hit the subscribe button, because all what you give is greatly appreciated. And also, if you're listening to this on Spotify or if you're listening to us on YouTube, go to Spotify, give us a follow. Greatly appreciated. And also let us know any improvements that you think the podcast can make. And basically any compliments, any critiques would be greatly appreciated. So we can at least know what to do to improve our podcast in the future. So, Tea Talk, follow, subscribe now, and of course, follow on Spotify. So that is going to be it. Thanks so much for watching. It is a goodbye from me, and it's a goodbye from my wonderful co-host.
Goodbye.
And enjoy your brew.